Isso, Malaka. Online dating fucking sucks. One more of these, it's a 75-year anniversary, my friends. Holy shit. It's horrible. Just I don't know. Just save some money, guys, and just stay home and whack off. Who cares? Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, Part 74.
Where do you think people go wrong with modern dating? We want advice.
Where do they go wrong?
How do we know?
Yeah.
You're like, we just played it in the movie. We don't know in real life.
And we all get it wrong.
Yeah.
Follow your heart. Be true to yourself.
You should say that right answer.
Follow your heart. Be true to yourself. Do unto others. Medicate. See a doctor. And
get a therapist.
get a
You know what?
therapist.
That's good.
Stay in therapy.
Work on yourself.
The question was, how do people go wrong? And you
No, but
guys,
I like-
Well, I think they go wrong by thinking that someone else is gonna fill the empty gaps. If you're not okay without it, you're never gonna be okay with it. So make sure that you're whole, and then you'll be the best version of yourself.
Don't fill those empty
Yeah.
Now, look, I'm going to try my very best to not make a joke about Pedro Pascal filling in those empty gaps. But, ladies and gentlemen, if Captain America, Madam Web, and Mr. Fantastic don't know the answers to, modern times dating, I don't know who does. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, well, two things. One, we're all still trying to figure out Pedro Pascal. What's going on there? I just did a whole podcast about him, so I don't know if anybody knows, and again, whatever, he prefers, it doesn't matter. To quote Seinfeld, not that there's anything wrong with that, just saying, but I don't know. I mean, he was, I mean, does he prefer Madam Web or Captain America? I don't know. Who cares? The point is, ladies and gentlemen, online dating still sucks. Just dating in general sucks, but especially online dating, because a lot of people think they can use online dating as some kind of cheat code, to find their true love. I mean, they'll watch a movie, that these people are in, and people think, I'm going to watch this movie, I'm one day going to find true love like these people. And, to this day, Hollywood still can fool a lot of people, into thinking, you will find a true love. And don't get me wrong. I mean, there is true love out there, for sure. I do believe it. And again, no bullshit. I do believe that you don't find love. It finds you. Now, did I say that in a little bit of a cheesy way? Absolutely. But do I mean it? I do, actually. I really do. But let's be honest. If you do the whole online dating thing, the odds of you finding someone, that you're going to actually like and fall in love with is, it's probably not going to happen. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you, I mean, the odds are against you, for sure. It's a lot easier to lie online and, put up a picture that basically looks like anywhere between a drawing and a porcelain doll. Saying you're from one location, but you're really not. I've said this before, and I've probably said this about 46 times. You can say you're from Toronto, but I've never walked, past Yonge and Bloor and seen a palm tree. So, just be honest with yourself. That's all. But if anything, this one profile here I was looking at, there's many palm trees here. There's no, I mean, maybe, July, August, you can get away with wearing a skirt in Toronto. Other than that, you're going to freeze your ass off. But the point is, just try to be honest. I know it's tough, but if you're scamming people, clearly you can't be honest. Now, we all know how that goes. But the point is, ladies ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to do the whole online dating thing, it's going to be pretty tough. Okay, it's an uphill battle, and yeah, just do your best. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna, or at least I'm gonna keep telling these fantastic stories or experiences and profiles that I come across, and why not? I like to please my 3 listeners, and if you're bored one day, you can please yourself. No, not in that way. Oh, I mean, if you can't, if you have trouble sleeping, but just go on my podcast at the Malaka Podcast 416 on YouTube, or if you're a fan of the awesome Chuck Norris, he doesn't have a problem getting a date. Of course, if you've seen the women he gets, come on. Every movie, I mean, he kicks some ass, gets the girl. That's it. Sometimes the girl, sometimes the girl doesn't make it, but then he gets another girl, so it works out either way. But the point is, if you're a fan of Chuck Norris, check out the podcast dedicated to the good old Chuck Norris at the Chuck Norris channel on YouTube as well. And if you're if you got ADHD like I do, go on TikTok, and my channel on there is at the Malaka Podcast 647. This is the 3rd time I've had to upload videos because they keep. I don't understand how people can put up a video from 1987, from a movie that gets banned, but I don't know. People can put up clips that are still in theaters while they're in theaters, taping it on their phones, get millions of views. That's okay. So, but whatever. The point is, am I going to stop? No. Why should I? So let's read some beautiful stories that I have. In the good old archives here, and let's begin. So this one profile I saw on here, not on here often. That's cool. I get a lot. See, again, like a lot of people just treat online dating very casual. It's a lot of people say. I think I've brought this point up before. They say a lot of people are seeing someone and then they'll still do the online dating thing. Not so much, they'll see somebody. Maybe they will. Who knows? You can't trust people. But, they'll just go on there because they're bored. And a lot of people say, is that technically cheating? It is, well, I mean, it's not unless you're a sociopath. But it is, guys. Come on. Like, you don't want to go out with someone and then behind their back they're doing this. It's some kind of form of cheating. Let's be honest here. So it is what it is. But does anyone... And she spelled anyone, A-N-Y, with the number 1. All right. Have any attention span, and then the little, I don't know what they call that. Like one side is greater, less, the little triangle, but missing the bottom part. I forgot what that sign is called. A squirrel and can hold a convo. I don't know. Can anybody spell like a full sentence with words? No? Okay. It was just a few extra letters. Okay. Just here to chat, not looking for a hookup. Not sure about meeting. I know not everyone is meant to be a match, and that's life. But just to be respectful. Honesty is key. Demisexual, or no, there you go. Demisexual. I don't know. One of my crushes growing up was Demi Moore. Demisexual. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so old school. I have no idea what that means. So let's look it up here. Demisexual. Here we go. Okay. Maybe it's a indecent proposal fan. Who knows? The dress is for sale. I'm not. $1 million. Damn. I mean, if I had a good amount, Demi Moore, man, that's, yeah. Rest in peace to Robert Redford, by the way. Yeah, Demi Moore, man. My God. My God. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Demisexual is a sexual orientation where a person only feels sexual attraction after forming a strong emotional bond with someone. Okay, so a woman. Okay. This is different from asexuality in that demisexual people do experience sexual attraction, but they require a significant emotional connection for it to develop. An emotional bond can form through friendship, romance, or other deep connections. All right, so a woman, yeah, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I've heard over the years that a guy, when they first look at a woman, they look at looks and then fall in love with the personality later. With women, for the most part, it's the opposite. Hence that's why you watch, some of these movies that involve like vampires and Frankenstein, and and that's why they can fall in love with the guy being maybe a little weird, and then fall in love later on with the looks, and because he looks a little weird with the stitches and all that. But I mean, Frankenstein was tall, so I know women like taller men, so that that helps. Like the redhead in the new Frankenstein movie. That's I don't know. That's so far so good. But yeah, will it end well? I don't know. Who knows? It's a redhead. Who knows, right? They're always a gamble. I'm just kidding. Not really. But the point is, yeah, you just I didn't know that. And then after she said little sapio, omnivert, and lacto. She doesn't like milk. Okay. Listen, I can't look up all this shit. I mean, sometimes you guys got to do your own research here. But the point is, she's looking for something very specific. So let's just say that. Vegetarian. Okay, well, I'm out at this point. Not always on here because this place is like a vortex, trying to suck your energy, and I ain't about that life. New favorite quote: life can be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. Okay. And she also doesn't like bad smells and liars. Okay, well, it's gonna be a tough road ahead, ma'am. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, at least she knows what she wants, and is another baby, and so tomorrow, all that she wants. Da-da-da. Sorry, I'm ADHD and I'm a '90s kid, but. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, again, it's good to know what you want, and this is a good little profile. I'm not gonna lie. Not all of them are screwed up. I mean, this person, you can feel a little frustration, and that again, like when you see a lot of profiles online, like you get to know, like, okay, you can definitely tell who's been on here for at least a few road trips. You know what I mean? So someone comes on here and says, "Hey, I'm good. I'm always happy." Blah, 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 blah. And then you see someone that's like, "Listen, I don't want this. 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 Go fuck yourself." Homo sapien or sapio, milk and lactose, whatever. The point is, you can feel it. So this person, again, you can tell as has had a couple first dates gone wrong, and that's okay. We all have. Well, for the most part, unless you're Mormon or something. But yeah. So I mean, it's just straight to the point. But yeah, like I said, always try to be as honest as you can online. I know it's tough because it's easier to, lie and put up fake pictures and yeah. But I don't know. Just try to be honest, like this person. So I thought it was a pretty good example. So yeah, there's one person I was talking to here, and. I always ask like basic questions, how's the site treating you? What are you looking for? And then I always ask the person like, what makes you happy? It's a simple question, but complicated at the same time. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Lacto. And she said, I was thinking about the best way to answer your question. but the additional question marked added pressure to my response. So I'm never going to answer that question now. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie, that it's an answer, but it was kind of funny at the same time. So I said, okay, then, LOL, you're funny. I said, text me. Listen, sometimes some people just give a great answer, but it's not the answer you're looking for, but it's still good. I don't know, for some reason that answer was, I don't know, I thought it was kind of funny and clever. So, and then I just threw out my number there because, I don't care at this point. And then she says, no, you don't get it. And then I said, yeah, you got that right. And she says, yeah, you're not your. That's right, folks. She's one of those people. Yeah, that's, Yeah, oh, it's I'm, not we. You're, not your. I don't know. Everyone turns into a fucking scholar online here. And then I know what she's doing, but at this point I'm just frustrated. I'm just gonna fuck with her. So I said, I'm not what? Understand? I am. And she said, no. Spelling is also important. Your. Y-O-U-R, and then, she put Y-O-U, apostrophe R-E. So at this point, again, like I said, I didn't care, and I said, so you're single, huh? No kidding. And then, just to take it further, I said, do you think it's your Y-O-U apostrophe R-E fault? And then she writes back to me. She's like, your apostrophe R-E single, your Y-O-U-R apostrophe fault. You got it all backwards. And then I'll take it further. And then I said, so your Y-O-U-R saying your Y-O-U apostrophe R-E way is the right way to spell it. And she texts me back underneath it, thumbs down. I don't know, all of a sudden it's Siskel and Ebert here. I can't have a text conversation with you until you sort basic English out. Unless English is your second language, and then I would understand. But then you would also be a little bit more considerate and sensitive to text language. So WTF. And then at this point I'm like, okay, so she's able to, teach me grammar at this point, but but it's okay to swear. So then I said, can you please not swear? I'm a Christian. You're, Y-O-U-R, being mean. And then she said, oh, yeah, no. And then I said, so you're, Y-O-U-R, okay with swearing. I think you're, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, wrong in this. She said, nope. I said, yup. Nope. Yup. Turned into a E40 song. And then she said, try Grinder or Christian Mingle. So, there's a good joke there where probably both of those contradict themselves, right? And then I said, I'd rather get to know someone before I grind and mingle with them. Your Y-O-U-R choice is your own. And then she said, ha 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 ha, your Y-O-U apostrophe R-E killing me right now with laughter. I don't need to do my sit-ups tomorrow. Thank you for that. And then, I'm a dick to the end, so I said I still would. And then she said, you still would what? And then I said, not me, your, Y-O-U-R, apostrophe or comma, Y, or your, and then I said your again. Yeah, even I'm losing track here. YOU apostrophe RE as in you. You are workout. It's important to work out. Your body deserves that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see at this point that, online dating is just completely pointless. And the sad thing is, I still don't understand your and your. I mean, your with apostrophes, you are. And your, I'm gonna lose my mind here. But the point is, yeah, welcome to online dating, folks. Surprise, surprise, this didn't really go anywhere, and pretty much ended right there. So, but the point is, ladies and gentlemen, again, you know, there's no palm trees in Toronto, but no, sorry. Listen, you just have to be patient with people. Some people, have little pet peeves. If you do, and maybe your ex tried to, sneak in a couple of yours when it wasn't right. I understand. I understand. But, let's start with getting to know each other before we, correct each other's grammar. And let's see if we can get past the, the bullshit stuff and not make it about you. So this next profile here, I have to move on or else I'm going to just, lose it. This profile here, this person said, hi, I'm a passionate, creative type, mom of one teen and one Great Dane. So, stuff like this always throws me off because obviously I know she's talking about her dog, I guess, or, but I don't know, you're going to put I don't know, to me it's almost like you're like comparing your kid to your dog. I mean, just say, hey, look, I got a kid who I, love and would die for, and I also have a dog just in case, I mean, I don't know. That didn't sound any better, to be honest, but I don't know, it's just whatever. What makes it like a Great Dane so great? I don't know. It's a fucking dog. Who cares? I love to spend time with friends and family, cooking, listening to good music outside, as opposed to inside, lakes, and fire pits. Looking to meet someone who has peace in their life and is emotionally available for excellent connections. Please be 420 friendly, dog friendly. Don't hate any of your exes. And please, no heavy drinkers, no partiers. Free Palestine, land back, BLM. BLM. All right. Well, Google, looks like we got some work to do here. BLM meaning. Okay, let's do it. BLM most commonly stands for Black Lives Matter. Oh, okay, that. All right, okay. Oh, you mean the movement that kept a lot of money to themselves? Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna plain out and say this. I know it's a podcast about online dating, but I don't know. Let's be honest. I mean, most days, it's probably like 60% of it. Sometimes I just go on rants, but here's another one. Black lives matter. White lives matter. All lives matter. Okay? If I run into a black person and if I have a bad experience with them, they don't represent all black people. And it works the other way around. Okay, if a black person has a bad experience with a white person, they don't represent the entire white race. Okay? So, I mean, to be honest with you, this movement probably happened, around like COVID when it first started and whatever, and you haven't heard a lot about it since. Let's just be honest here. And and if you do your research, these guys pocketed a lot of money for themselves. Okay, so, and they didn't even help that that guy that got killed by the cops there. I'm told that family didn't get one red cent from Black Lives Matter. So like, what does that tell you? So I don't know who's looking out for who here, folks, but the point is, in the end, what I'm trying to say is, just love everybody, until they disrespect you. If they disrespect you, yeah, then tell them to fuck off. But get to know someone first. Okay, it doesn't matter what race they are, sex, whatever. Put yourself in them in their shoes. See what they're about, and that's it. So again, the whole online dating thing, you don't want to get that political, whatever. I mean, again, it's like going to a bar. You don't talk about politics and religion. Again, online, a lot of people are just going to put it out there. You have to believe in this, and this. So her heart's in the right place. I believe that. But and yeah, with Free Palestine, I mean, it's God. This world we're living in today, folks, is just crazy. I mean, let's be honest, the first 10, 15 minutes of every newscast is basically, miserable shit. So it can get pretty depressing at times. But again, keep in mind, it is online dating. Try to get to know the person, right off the bat. But again, you can feel this person's frustration with certain things. And again, I mean, it is a good thing that you can, put that stuff out there. But at the same time, I mean, you might want to just start with, hey, I'm looking for this from a date. And then from there, let's see if we, I don't know, connect religiously or politics-wise and shit. And I don't know. Me personally, I'm not a religious person, by any means. I do believe there is, somebody up there. If God is up there, he's definitely a guy. Because I've said this before, and I will say it till the day I die. God has to be a guy because he invented farting. Okay, there's no way a woman God would invent farting. There's no way. There's no way, and that's God's sense of humor. He's like, shit's going on in the world, and he's just trying to lighten up the mood, and all of a sudden, that's a guy thing. I don't care what anybody says, and I've never voted, and I never will vote. I got many reasons on that, but personally, I don't think your vote counts for shit. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or nothing like that. But I believe the person with the most money and power will get voted in. I don't think your vote means anything these days. That's just me. Boy, what this has to do with online dating, folks? Absolutely nothing. But the point is, okay, get all your shit out there. You might as well up front and just see what the person or people think about you, and hopefully you connect with someone. Let's see what happens. And there's one person here, and I just made a note here. Let me try to make sense of this. One woman I was talking to online, she asked about my podcast, and I gave her a link, and then she disappeared. Well, it sounds about right. Not everyone's going to like my podcast. I do have over 1,000 subscribers, which is no short of a miracle, ladies and gentlemen. So I'd like to thank everybody for that. Whether if you're a fan of my podcast or just random shit I put up, random Family Guy clips, hey, I just appreciate your support, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. In these crazy days and times, you can basically say whichever you want, and I'm not saying you're going to get away with it, but it's good to have a forum that you can share your views. So there you go. I'm going to say this podcast I literally just did maybe contained maybe 50% of something about online dating. The rest was just bullshit stuff. But again, nobody listens to this podcast. Like I said, it's just a few people, and it really doesn't matter. It's a way of me venting and just getting my voice out there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna figure out what lacto means again. Actually, let's end the podcast with that. Lacto. Okay, so let's see. Lacto meaning. Okay. So afterwards, she said vegetarian. So lacto, OVO. What does that have to do with Drake? No. Vegetarian meaning. Okay. A person who eats vegetables, eggs, and dairy products, but who does not eat meat. All right, so vegetarian. That's yeah. I don't know. Everyone, like, we used to have like certain things, like growing up, just certain words, but now everybody stretches out these words to, I don't know, fucking oblivion. Just say you're a vegetarian and like you're not fun. Okay, that's it. Okay, Google your thoughts.
Lacto-ovo-vegetarian.
Lacto-vegetarian.
Lacto-ovo-vegetarian.
Lacto-vegetarian.
Lacto-ovo-vegetarian.
Oh, Jesus. The point is, online dating is fucked, and boy, I can't wait for that 75th episode, huh? That's going to be great. One more time.
Lacto-ovo-vegetarian.
Oh, Christ. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a
Lacto-ovo-vegetarian.
free episode of Computer Love, Part 74. Mary Moon, she's a vegetarian. Mary Moon, Mary Moon.